we're going to be reviewing some samples. Last video I just did 5 samples, now we've got another 5 samples in this video. Samples we're going to be reviewing, some are from ozfragrances.com and then the other few will be from a Facebook group that I got, Australian Facebook Buy Swap Sell group. So for the first fragrance, we'll kick this off with a fragrance called Eros Flame by Versace. This is a flanker to the Eros line. Eros EDT being one of my all-time favorites. I expected a lot more from Eros Flame, honestly. So the opening is pretty much like, I don't know how to explain. It smells like Invictus Victory to me. On my notes I did say floral, sweet, there's some type of freshness. I'm assuming that is the orange in here. It is a little fresh and sweet in the opening, but I prefer the opening of Eros because of the mint and apple with the bergamot. This is more orange and floral and vanilla, and the vanilla in here is not as good as in EDT. So this is the worst Eros in my opinion. Some people think this is the best Eros. I think this is the worst. This doesn't smell like Eros at all. It doesn't have that same DNA. So if you bought this thinking it's going to smell like the EDT, it doesn't smell like EDT. This is like Invictus Victory. This is a little bit aromatic, a little bit woody. I did say this has some lavender accord in there, a little bit similar to Ralph's Club, but also like a cross between Ralph's Club and Invictus Victory, but it's not a clone of Ralph's Club. This is not even that similar, only the lavender really that I can say. You get a vanilla, a lavender with an orange sweetness. I'm not sure what the notes are. I'll post the notes on screen because it just takes too much time to like pull up the notes, and then when I have to edit the video and everything, it just takes too long. So just go purely based off smell, what I can smell in this. It's just Invictus Victory, like a powdery, creamy vanilla, but the vanilla I don't really like as much. I'm not a fan of this anyway. I don't think it smells bad. I think it is pleasant, but I will still go with the other Eros, like the EDT, the Parfum, the EDP over this one, so I wouldn't waste your money on Eros Flame. So number 2 is just the original Allure Homme by Chanel. This was off a Facebook group, so it only says Allure on here, but this is just in the clear bottle. It's the Allure Homme in the clear bottle, not the sport flankers. So I'll just pull up the notes quickly. Okay, so to me, what I think this smells like is it is like a smooth, creamy vanilla, but it's quite fruity. So there's some peach and citrus in here. It makes it a little bit fruity, and I do get a little soapiness in here too, which makes it smell like F Black by Ferragamo. If you ever smell F by Ferragamo Black, this has got that soapiness in here like that, but this is also creamy, fruity, like a vanilla tonka, fruity, soapy. It's really nice. Like, it's hard to explain, but if you've ever smelled Allure Homme Sport, it's a citrus and a creamy vanilla, and that's about it. So this has got way more depth and complexity than the Allure Homme Sport. I prefer this over Allure Homme Sport just because this is more fruity. I'm not a big fan of the citrus fragrances, so this is like not your basic citrus fragrance. It's not just citrus, this is fruity, but what I also like about this is there's just a lot more going on. It's not as basic, there's a lot more notes you can kind of smell and enjoy in here, and you may not like the soapiness though. It doesn't smell outdated or anything, but definitely a really pleasant smell. I think I said that you still get the creaminess, but there's some coconut in here which makes it a little bit different. The creaminess of this is different because that coconut, it's coconut, vanilla and tonka, so the creaminess is really nice. It's extra creamy, like extra, and I guess that's what makes the sport a sport version, because it's less creamy, it's more fresh. So for that reason I actually prefer the sweeter, creamier version than the fresher version. If you want the freshest one, go with O Extreme. If you want the most woody, musky one, then go with Edition Blanche. If you just want a nice basic citrus, vanilla, sweet but fresh fragrance, go with Allure Homme Sport. And if you want the fruity, most creamy one, then go with the original Allure Homme. So I would say in order from my favorite to least favorite, the original Allure Homme the original Allure Homme, is my favorite, like this one here. And then Allure Homme Sport, and then Edition Blanche, and then O Extreme last. So What I like about Edition Blanche, I will go into that later on in this video because I do actually have that one to review. So I'll actually review that one next, so I can tell you a little bit more about it. Okay, so in this bottle here we have Allure Homme Sport. Oh no, it's just Allure Homme Edition Blanche. So Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche. I used to think that this was a sport flanker, but apparently it's not. The bottle just looks the same. So, and it's a silver bottle, but it looks like the sport bottles. So what I like about this though is, this is very musky and woody. What I don't like about this, it's obviously a lemon based scent. So this is mainly lemon, I think maybe even grapefruit. This is more lemony smelling, with some wood and musk in there. So I don't really like citrus that much, and this is obviously the most citrus smelling one out of them all. So this to me has the most citrus smell, which I don't like, but this also has the most woody, musky smell as well. So if you want that wood and musk, then you may want this one. So I do enjoy the musk and wood in here, and that's probably what I think makes this great, the wood and the musk. But it is still creamy and citrusy. It does still have that same DNA as the Allure Homme Sport, and that's pretty much the difference between this and the other Allure Hommes, is this is just more woody, musky, and more citrusy. And also, yeah, different kind of citrus they've used in this as well. So instead of the orange, I believe it is like lemon and grapefruit or something like that. So next, okay, we've been reviewed, I believe, 3 fragrances so far. So let's review. Perfect. We'll go to the 4th fragrance here. It's called Burberry Hero. Burberry Hero. This fragrance is quite hated in the fragrance community online for no reason. Really, I think they just think it's a basic scent and they don't like the brand Burberry. But what they don't know is this has a really good perfumer, Aurélien Guichard, I think. Aurélien Guichard. He made Eros EDT, so the original Eros, and I think he also made like Just Rock, and this is him. So I like this scent. With the opening of this, is very woody and citrusy, and it's also creamy, sweet, floral, and fresh. So this is a sweet, fresh scent that's also citrusy and woody. But I believe there is a honeyed floral in here that is similar to Cavalli Uomo, without that leathery smell. I said in my notes it could be like a neroli, or it could be a honey lavender combination, or it could be like a juniper bergamot. Oh no, sorry, I said there is a juniper and bergamot base in here. So I said in my notes that it could be, the floral smell could be like a honeyed neroli, or it could be a honey lavender combination. So the base of this fragrance that holds this whole thing together is juniper and bergamot base. It does smell a little bit similar to Dior Homme 2020, just because of the ISO E Super in here. So I believe the bergamot plus the ISO E Super gives it this really woody, slightly musky, citrusy base in here that's really good, really solid fragrance. So I like the balance of sweet fresh, I like the woodiness. I would even say this does have similarities with Edition Blanche, Allure Homme Edition Blanche, just because they're both citrus, woody fragrances and a little bit musky as well. So this could be in the same family as your Allure Homme Sport, Edition Blanche, and like those sweet, fresh, citrusy, woody fragrances. So I don't know if there is any tonka or vanilla in here, but I do smell something sweet, like whether it's vanilla, tonka, or it might just be like a honeyed floral like neroli or something that's giving me this sweetness. Okay, so really good fragrance. Don't sleep on Burberry Hero. I think it is actually better than people say, and I think it's a little bit underrated, honestly. I think this is a nice scent, and I think it could be mass appealing. I don't think anyone's really going to find it unpleasant to the nose. So that's 4 fragrances down. Okay, the next fragrance to review is Lacoste. So the next fragrance is by Lacoste. It's L1212 Blanc White. Lacoste L1212 Blanc, or also known as White. And this is EDT. So this fragrance actually surprised me quite a lot. I did find this really pleasant and enjoyable. This to me smells like apple, and it's, yeah, I think the opening reminds me of like apple or melon or something like that. So it is very fruity in the opening, but it's a trick. It's not actually apple or melon. I believe it is just mainly white florals and citrus. So that really surprised me when I looked at the notes. I was like, wow, the notes don't reflect the smell of this that accurately. But okay, so my notes say floral, citrus. I said there is a smell of lavender in here, but apparently it's just white florals like tuberose and ylang ylang. It is slightly green and it's not herbal or leathery. Even though apparently it's got rosemary and leather in here, you can't smell the rosemary or leather. The ylang ylang, I believe, does smell a little bit fruity in here, so that could be what's giving it a fruity smell, is the ylang ylang. And yeah, I think the sweetness might be coming from the tuberose rather than actual apple or anything like that. But this is just hard to explain. It's like a white floral fragrance that smells very fruity, and it doesn't smell as floral as you would expect a white floral fragrance to smell. And try saying that quickly, that's like a tongue twister. Okay, so I said some fragrances that have these green notes like rosemary in them, they tend to smell a little bit bitter and herbal and green. And like example, Acqua di Gio Profondo or Burberry Indigo, even like Hugo Reverse, Dolce & Gabbana K, Roja Elysium. So I think they have rosemary in them. And yeah, they end up smelling a little bit herbal, a little bit green, but not this one. You don't smell really that greenness in here. Then what I appreciate about this, very mass appealing, basic, sweet, fresh scent. What I dislike is a little synthetic, a little cheap smelling, but it is still a very nice, pleasant scent. So you can look past that, and it is quite affordable. And I think it's not, it doesn't smell like toilet spray like some fragrances do. So this is like, you can get away with this smelling a little bit cheap just because it is a very nice scent. And I think girls can wear this, and I think girls are gonna like smelling this on a guy. So if you are a girl, you could actually pull this off. You could wear this totally for yourself, and I think I would like to smell it on a girl as well. Like, I was almost gonna buy this for my sister and just kind of like tell her like, yo, this is a girl's fragrance, you should wear this. But I'm like, nah, if I bought it, I'd probably just wear it for myself because I like this stuff. I believe that's 5 fragrances down for this video anyway. Let me just check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 5 fragrances down for this video. So without dragging it on too much, we'll end the video here, and I'll be back with another video. So stay tuned until the next video comes out, and I'll review another 5 fragrances until we go through all of them. I'll just keep dropping videos like this. Short, simple, and just the ones that I think you want to really see. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next video to come out. Peace, guys.